Hello, hello, can you see me? Can you hear me? Can you let me know? That'd be just swell. Don't know how good this is going to be. It might be alright, it might be shite. We don't know yet. And I can't even log into my own bloody thing here. Where am I? Where am I? There we go. We're outside in the sunshine. It is very windy though, as you would expect, seeing as though we are right by the seaside, beside the sea. Mandy, are you doing okay? How's Ting and Ting, fam? Oh. I'm trying to make sure I don't drop anything, smash anything and generally fuck things up, but you know what I'm like. Got me water, because the water in the Joker answers like what it out. There's a nice view. It's a nice evening, apart from the fact that it is a wee bit murky Monday. So it is. Can you hear me all right? I've tried to put the mic under my hoodie. Try and get rid of some of the wind noise. Let us know. Angie, how are you doing? Are you okay? I'm currently having to face away from the sun. It is very, very windy coming in off that sea. You can even, I don't know, can you see a little bit of it? Underneath the sun you can see a little bit of a glint, can't you, off the water. We do have water here occasionally. And actual sand in front of me. Can you hear me? Is my sound working? Sound working? I've parked up in my normal space, but I'm not stood in my normal space, and for the first time in ages, apart from 2 4x4s parked next to me, there's virtually no one there either. Dan, how you doing, bud? This is the beach in my hometown. In fact, you know what, I'm going to quickly swing you around as well so you can see. It's not just the beach, it's not just the sunshine, but also the pier, which hopefully will reopen at some point soon. It's been closed for a while. Needs urgent repairs, unfortunately. But it'll be lovely once that reopens. And there's always a joke about Southport, about the fact that the sea never comes in. Well, it does, and when it does, we need the sea wall, because otherwise it absolutely ruins Marine Drive. Ali, how are you doing? I have had what can only be described as a no lube of a week so far. Dentist on Monday. Sister picked up at 3 o'clock in the morning yesterday. Jess to work yesterday. Hospital yesterday. And then my dad broke down today. Don't know why, he just started crying. I'm only joking. His car broke down and I was on the phones at work, so I couldn't even leave. I had to wait until I'd finished and I had to go and buy a tow rope because we haven't got one in the house at all, and then go and drag him to the nearest garage. And tonight I can't drink or eat after midnight, which is no big deal, I suppose. But then in the morning, take Jess to work, take my dad to the garage to go and hand his keys over because the place was shut, and then I've already got my blood tests done, or my blood's taken to have tests done. Just never fucking ending this, man. I'm going to build a sandcastle. Have you ever seen a one-handed attempt at a sandcastle? I can build you a mound, a sand mound. That's about it, really. It'll look less like a castle and more like the mafia have just buried someone. There is sand here, though, actual proper sand. Not builder's sand, you know what I mean? Tomash, how you doing, bud? Oh, man. I'm going to perch myself a little bit further away from this, just out the way, so I don't fall over. There you are, that's better. Hanging on in there. Do you know what? Sometimes that's the best you can do, is just hang on in there. Better times will come ahead, Angie. Better times will be here. George Michael, man. Get away, fight there. Oh, that reminds me, I never told anyone yesterday, did I? Victoria, with her haunted fucking jukebox. A similar thing happened yesterday. I went into the doctor's and I was starting to get a little bit nervous about what was going to happen. And the 80s music that they had on the radio played George Michael, Faith. And I thought, well, that's got to be a sign, that, hasn't it? It's got to be a sign not to panic. Donald, how you doing, bud? Donut, how's things? So it wasn't quite as quick as I'm just reading and talking at the same time. Not quite as mad as when I went to get emergency dental treatment and you're playing "Do You Really Want to Hurt Me?" Louise used to get paid to listen to folk moaning. I thought it was the other way around, on those special phone lines that you inhabit. What am I wearing, big boy? Tell you what is wearing me, fucking patience thin. That kind of thing, isn't it? I'm not moaning, it's been a really mad week. I said that to my boss earlier. I said, can you do us a favour, give us a call. I need to speak to you about what's been happening. And I said how long the week's been, and then I had to look at the phone, the time on the phone. It was like Wednesday, 1:30 or something. I thought, it's not even halfway through Wednesday at the time, and I was going mad. How is the eye? The eye is all right, apart from the fact that I need the blood tests doing. The doctor said then they'll have a look and see what the issue is. She was a specialist and also a surgeon, and said the words, "I've never seen this before," which slightly concerned me. But it just means that if there is something that needs sorting out, we'll sort it out. She has suggested possibly getting some plastic surgery to close the left eye slightly, so I don't get as much shite in it, and I can close it from light and when I sleep and things like that. So maybe I might be looking 20 years younger on the next stream. You never know, do you? I wonder if she'll do me tits while we're at it. Quacking is preferable to quoking, I would say so. Very true indeed. Oh, hang on, where we are, where we are. Why is it done that? Do you know why? Because I'm a knobhead, that's why. Dodgy question after that comment. Did I buy some tape? I have not been to Tesco yet. I'm going to go after this. We'll buy some microporous tape. And hopefully I've done it before in the past when I was really struggling. I taped the eye shut. When I wake in the morning now, it's full of gunk and horrible and stuck together. Like a teenager's mattress, it's horrible. But it's got to be done. Casper, how are you? I will get some. I also need to very quickly get some fruit and stuff. Snarl that before I'm not allowed to have anything. I can have water though, can't I? So I'm already going for bloods for something else. I'm going to have to say to them, can you please take another armful? Have one arm each. No, Tesco, I must be bereft. I'm also lacking in steps. Severely lacking in steps. I'm not going to make it today. Unless I do something spectacular. But no biggity. All the criticism of Jess not having any makeup or teeth. She hasn't, it's the fact that her mum hasn't got any. We did have, but it's been used and just not replaced. Normally, we're one of those families where if you go in the back, in the utility room, the shit cupboard, there's just roll after roll of plasters, tapes. There's every medicine known to man. There's pills, unguents, all kinds of weird shit. Have you opened your rock shandy yet? Is rock shandy the first drink of the day, is it? A double circuit at Big Tesco would be my full daily step target in one go. When I went on, was it Thursday or Friday? I can't remember. Thursday. I walked over to the hospital at 9 and walked back and whatever. I did 5,500 steps, I think. You've supped the sweet nectar, it's just not the same. It needs the Irish air. It's the Irish air that makes it. That's the hidden ingredient. What an absolute thoroughbred bellend. Spin doesn't he worky? No, it doesn't he worky. That's only on full fat streams. This is a skinny stream, it's a diet stream, this one. Need your sister-in-law, called the walk-in pharmacist. She prescribes drugs and has a handbag full of pharmaceuticals. I've got friends like that as well, but they can't really prescribe them. I think they sling them rather than prescribing them. Mrs. Tom had 2 long days in work and was then in uni today. She is a wee bit cabaged. Can you hear me, Mrs. Tom? Thunderous, dark and rainy at the moment. It was boiling earlier, 34C. Now almost 10 o'clock in the blessed PM, and the thermometer's only just crawled below 30. 30 of his king's magical centigrade. Crazy, isn't it? It's really got a lot. I almost went into Cilla Black there, didn't I? It's got a lot of, yeah, it's got, what the hell is that? Yeah, it's got more chilled here now. I'm saying that because it's windy and I'm down by the sea, aren't I? So, nature boy, how you doing, mate? How's things? We are definitely missing the worst of the heat here in the northwest. It's windy. The wind is coming in off the Irish Sea, which would make your club rock shandy taste absolutely amazing. But it's taking the edge off the heat. It's quite nice today. I'm wearing a hoodie, an actual full-on hoodie, as opposed to my crotchless hoodie, I suppose, isn't it? Yeah, so it's quite nice here. It was hot in the hospital yesterday, apart from in the big nurse's room. And one of the other nurses came in to get something. She said, oh, isn't it lovely in here? So, yeah, why do you think I'm just not moving, staying where I am? I don't know if you can hear all the little birdie noises as well. There's 2 seagulls knocking shite out of each other earlier. Sending hugs to Mrs. Tom. I cannot speak at the moment. Yes, I know, red card, Mandy. I'm struggling to talk. I have 4 different languages in my head and not one of them's coming out properly. The wheel's gone mad. It is not a little by little Mankman coat. I should buy one of them if I can get hold of it. Just for shits and gigs, 30 quid, I mean, come on. You can hear the birdie. There was loads by ours earlier. I mean, my dad was getting the stuff out of the back of my car to go and pick his up. And I couldn't get Merlin out quick enough. That's not a euphemism, that's not a nickname I have for Little Nick. It's the app on the phone, and I couldn't chase down whatever birds they were. There were seagulls and something else. I did catch a dunnock yesterday, which was the bird of the day. And it gave me a big celebration, so I was buzzing with that, like. The Eiffel Tower was closed yesterday because of the heat. That's when you know it's hot. Road card, yeah, alright. This is on the road card. Been watching the Woo. We're watching the Woohoo, haven't we? I have to read that. Yeah, I have to read that twice. Hatch Ange, not Hatch Ange. I think Ange is already hatched. Anyone new watching it? Yeah, if you wouldn't mind hitting the like button and subscribe, please. That would be just swell. You don't have to. In fact, you don't need to. If you just want to keep an eye on the channel, if you like what you're seeing, watch wherever you feel like. Dunnock, they are tiny, aren't they? Also, are they Scottish? Because they sound Scottish, don't they? Dunnock's tea cakes. I didn't get any tea cakes. When I was in there the other day after the stream, I had to run in quickly and get 3 or 4 things, that was it, and sprint out, which is difficult for someone of only 50% usage, a unidexter. Joey, how you doing, bud? Cold blueberry pie for everyone. The southeast of UK is sweltering. It is insane. I have been to the southeast on many an occasion. That London there. And I've left Liverpool, trained down to London, and it has been about 8 or 9, maybe even 10 degrees warmer in London. And then I've come home and it's freezing again. It's bizarre. Just how warm it is in London compared to here. Tea cakes, freezer, gotta be done. So I would have done it the other day, but when I went, I got asked to buy other stuff for people as well. And I've only got one working arm, which is difficult to get around Tesco at the best of times. Although my mate was there and said he was trying to catch up with me and couldn't. That's him. My daughter, my niece can't catch up with me. Lancashire won, I saw that. Is that the first win in 20 games or something? First win in 20 games. Up there, lanky. 40 more minutes of work, happy days, then over and done with. Just keeping an eye on my guitar. On my car. Fellas walked past. And it looks like a guitar on his back, but you know, could be a crossbow for all I know. It is quiet. The ice cream man is still there. Not many cars. Why is there not many cars? Are people up to something? Heard that a scooter passing or a lad on a BMX. Defo with a couple of playing cards between the stick, his spokes. Don't know why they do it. Someone just gone past in a pickup with black smoke pouring out the back, went to the bottom roundabout, turned around and came back, and as soon as he went past any cars here, floored it. Absolute tit. Best you can manage on, well, you're doing well on a Ninja, aren't you? The best we can do on a Ninja on a Ninja, he's almost choking there, is if Streamlabs work, I could possibly put an overlay, but apart from that I can't do anything unless I bring a laptop, and even then it would be muy difícil, as they say in Japan. Wasn't happy. No Eiffel Tower and no aircon in the hotel. I'm not surprised. You don't go to Paris for anything other than the Eiffel Tower, do you? Maybe the Mona Lisa. I mean, obviously you've got the food, the pastries, the Champs-Élysées, the Arc de Triomphe, the Louvre, and the high-class prostitutes. But apart from that, I mean, what else do you go for? Mona Lisa, innit? Mind you, the Mona Lisa sounds like a high-class brass, doesn't she? They've got bread in France. They've got French bread in France, but they just call it bread, don't they? They've got baguettes, we've got baguettes. Slightly different. I've only been to Paris once, and that was on the way down to Spain. 56-seater coach, 52 of them were my family. Just 4 randoms, must have been thinking what the bleeding hell's going on here. But 6 guitars, a shed load of guitarists and singers. And we drove all the way from Garston in Liverpool to Rosas in northern Spain. Stopped off in Paris for a couple of hours. Basically for a piss and a bit of a wander. Went through Andorra. Brilliant. It was a boss holiday, that. I think it was about 15 at the time. It was still there, you just couldn't go up it. Yeah. Sounds like my ex-wife. Don't have the money for prostitutes, but yes, that's why you got married. Saves money. Well, it doesn't really, does it? In the end. Well, it didn't for me anyway. Still spending loads of money, exactly. That's why hurricanes are named after women quite a lot, aren't they? Because when they come, they're wet and wild, and when they go, they take half their house with them. It's just things still on. People in France smoke with those cigarette holders while wearing a beret, and, unless I'm very much mistaken, carrying onions with them. Strings of onions round the neck. A string of onions round the Gregory. To be honest, I thought Paris was shite. Well, I was 15 or something at the time, so it wasn't great. And the previous year we'd been to Los Angeles for a month. So about 2 hours in Paris didn't really stack up, did it? Yeah, if you price them out, the disease-free ones, it was cheaper to get married. All it cost me, the marriage, was, you know, my soul, my dignity. Apart from that, it was alright. Stinks of piss and exhaust smoke, you're not fond of it. That's pretty much it, isn't it? And if you go down to the Seine, it also stinks of wee jobbies. Wee Parisian jobbies. Yeah, speak like someone who has experience. Those of us who have experience will know. Whether you're male or female, it's a bloody difficult thing to go through. Friend of a relationship, marriage especially. But on the plus side, nah, can't think of anything. I'm quite happy that me and my ex stayed friendly. Jess finds it absolutely amazing. She's one of the only people, or was one of the only people in her school, in her class, whose parents were divorced but actually get on. Everyone else has been horrible and nasty and spiteful to each other. Me and my ex are just sound. Yeah, you're right, how's things? Just getting on with it. You saw some things in Mexico. That sounds like the beginning of a film, that one. I've seen some things, man. The saying looks like a big jobby as well. Turns around to face the crowd, oh my god. Yep. Friendly with you, most of your exes, practically all of them. Yep. Not like friends, but friendly. Like no ill will. Do you know what? That's as best as you can do sometimes. I think me and my ex are actually friends, still friends, because at the end of the day, it was the daughter was more important than anything else. So we had to put the egos aside. I don't mind that. Quite happy the way it ended up, or the way it worked out anyway. But obviously not happy getting divorced, but happy the way it worked out towards the end. Yeah, it's better staying that way. And especially if there's kids involved, you have to. You can't make the kid like some kind of football to be passed between you. does them no good whatsoever. Whereas if you act like grown-ups and stay sound with each other, the kid need never know. Impossible for you to remember what the grudge was about. If you can't remember what it was about, then it can't be important enough to carry it on, really, is it? Oh, the silly boys are out in the cars again. Screeching tyres, pops and bangs. Nearly fell. The sun is fairly massive. Just weird at this time of the year, it drops over there rather than behind the pier. When it drops behind the pier, it looks amazing. Be right back, no worries, Ali out. It's massive, the sun, but it's not particularly strong at the moment. Or that might just be the wind. I'm gonna have some water. You know why? Because I can. It's like that, and that's the way it is. Not too much, obviously. Otherwise, I'll have to do what that fella just did. Just go for a pee in the sand. Nobody wants me whipping the Albert Dock out, do they? In the middle of public. Not a chance. You're a flat sunner, that thing is not round. It's bloody big though. And it makes me think that when it drops below the horizon, it is going to be very, very cold. It's just because of that wind. If it wasn't for that wind, it'd be really nice now. I am wearing shorts, obviously. Plus, I'm northern. Can't be worrying about the weather, can I? I'm northern. In the summer. Summer, and it's not -3. The moon goes away and comes back, but the sun is always bright. No way is it flat. Oh, no way, it is flat. It's just there, isn't it? Are we talking a sort of Truman Show kind of thing? The divine creator or the director of the film just put the sun up there for us. It's been blowing a hoolie there all day. Louise, it always does 38,000 feet above Mount Pendle. You're in the jet stream. It is, it's been really bad today though, hasn't it? And it was all right this morning. Opened the window to let a bit of fresh air into the bedroom before I started work, and it was all right. But 20 minutes later, bastard thing was coming off the hinges. Mad. Truman Show is such an underrated movie. It is, and also it's a good allegory for what's happening with life in general, I think. Plus the opportunity to give Jim Carrey not to be doing stupid faces and silly voices all the time. You can act a bit, that boy, you can. It's been sunny but a bit windy. Well, you are only just down the coast, aren't you? Just across the Bay of Liverpool, across the oblong of dreams. You'll be getting the same weather as me most of the time. And most of it comes from bloody Ireland. When it comes from the Sahara Desert, it's warm. When it comes from Ireland, it's wet and it's bloody cold. We don't mind though. That's why North Wales looks so absolutely incredible. I think Wrexham or the kit manufacturer did a little video that was on Instagram. They've got a new kit coming out, and they decided to do it in North Wales. Just loads of scenery, mountains, lakes. Beautiful, bloody beautiful. You like to share, I know you do. And we are grateful. But if you could just occasionally push some of that wind and rain, sort of, I don't know, northerly or something, headed towards the Faroes, be much obliged. North Wales definitely doesn't sound too bad this time of year. Slamming the lamp. In Wales they don't have shepherds, do they? They call them pimps. What's this thing on? You must have got used to that by now, Mandy. Same as the Scousers with thieving and robbing bloody hubcaps. In hubcaps. Cars don't have hubcaps anymore. Very poor indeed. Yeah, you're gonna have to imagine all these on-screen assets, aren't you? I can't do them today. Just imagine them working. I'm keeping an eye out as well for my daughter or my niece. They always seem to fly by when I'm streaming. They must know. Got a seventh sense for it. 6th sense, 7th sense, I can't remember. 7th sense was, who was that? Was that the shaman? Was One It Loves Sex Intelligence coming on like a 7th sense. You're from Cleveland and you're famous for the river that caught on fire because of pollution. That is mad when stuff like that happens. We're not saying it's polluted, but the river's on fire. Shakes head ruefully, Mandy. Ruefully. Isn't that a place in Paris? Où est le ruefully? Well, the moon's out as well. And because you can see the sun and you can look up and see the moon, you can see why it's lit up on only one side of it. Car looks like a paw. Would you say a bear's paw? Or perhaps even a Las Vegas dog paw? Just try to clean that mucky mark off your screen. That's normally my face you try to clean off the screen, isn't it, Louise? I know these things. I know these things. You're too jaded. You're waiting for a jump scare. There'll be no such thing as a jump scare. Not on this stream. We're all about zen. Mind you, I had a seagull coming towards me, so it could have been me headbutting the seagull if it was going to shit all over me. That reminds me, I need to clean my car as well. Okay, education time. The Welsh for sheep is dafod. Dafod. Is that dafod or davad? Davar. I see. Is that a davar? Can't be booing and jeering. There's no booing. No booing allowed. Unless it's for really shit jokes. Which is normally my behaviour, isn't it? Oh man. A duvet cover. Reminds me of there's an Irish comedian, I can't remember his name. Used to do all the lounges in places, like one of those proper old school comedians. There was they said there was like a lotto thing in a pub. We looked up, what would I want with a diving suit? It's not a diving suit, it's a divan suite. And every time I've seen divan suite ever since, it's a diving suit in an Irish accent. Davad. Right. You'd have to be a complete carrot, wouldn't you, Mandy, to get that wrong, Davad. Do you know what? It is windy and it's not exactly dead warm. And on the way over the road from the car park, I have to walk past the marine lake, and there's people on there in little boaty things. I think they're called boats. And it looked choppy AF. I don't think I'd fancy being in there because that must be cold, that water. That was the shittest convoy of motorbikes I've ever seen in my life. A little 125 wannabe track bike. Some kind of Harley Davidson and a fucking scrambler. Whole pile of bollocks. Morning, Jackie. Took a picture of a cloud yesterday that looked like a mermaid. It did actually, it did. Looked very mermaidy. The Irish for sheep is Queera. I'm sure I did not know that. Queera. Moron, that's Welsh for carrots. You saw some weed smoke that looked like a cloud. Very much like a Cheech and Chong room. You want a spritzer? Is Ali working, is she? This is just an assumption that Ali be behind the bar. Oh, why? Stop doing that. Bell end of a thing. I hate this. I need to find a better way of doing these. As soon as you try and scroll the chat up, it goes to the next live. Still called Taiwan Formosa.
How much on the leads when I take it down Footwood Road? I think it's just...
Mandy, you're on book 9 of 16. You actually counted this time. You finished with that other thing, didn't you, where there was 4 books and you're up to book 18 or 6? But it makes no bloody sense. 2 absolutely stunning looking dogs here now. Husky. Beautiful, beautiful looking things. Bloody beautiful, bloody beautiful. Didn't know you had Tommy Chong on the show in 2022. I didn't know that. I'll have to go back and have a look at that. I can imagine that was an interesting conversation. Louise, it is what kitchen worktops are made out of. Covered entirely in Formosa. Mandy, you watched that one? Any laminating done? I have not yet laminated Missouri. I haven't laminated anything. But then I've had a really, really crazy week. Do you know what I should have done? I should have actually allowed myself to laminate something as a relaxation technique. As a getaway from the lunacy of this stupid, only on Wednesday, but it feels like next Friday kind of week. Went an hour and 22 minutes. It put you on the map, so to speak. It's always interesting when, or things that you don't necessarily expect to be interesting suddenly are, or the ones where you'd expect to get more views from someone else. You don't get anything, and yet, I don't know, Tommy Chong doesn't really jump off the page as being someone that you would rush to watch, but I can imagine he's really interesting. You let the moose loose about this hoose. There's loads of birds now. Loads of them. Are they off to eat? Are they off goosing? What are they up to? You don't know who that is, but Mandy recognises him. 70s film legend, Cheech and Chong. Need to organise playlists better for sure, yeah. Forget who you've had on. Been so many different people over the years. Playlists are really handy when it comes to YouTube, aren't they? If you can get people, if you can share the video from inside the playlist as well, then YouTube will automatically play the next video within that playlist rather than someone else's video. Always worth doing that. Top tip there for you, for everyone who's got a channel. One of the Final Destination actors is on next. Oh, good stuff, man. Didn't you watch the guy from Chumbawamba? Did he have a whiskey drink? Did he have a vodka drink? Coming on the 11th, there you go, happy days, man. You had Right Said Fred, Samantha Fox, Rob Birch from Stereo MCs. I love Stereo MCs. I saw them supporting U2 at Leeds Round A Park in 1993. They were brilliant. Marksman was the first act. Paul Oakenfold was the DJ. And the set was absolutely astronomical. It was huge. It was that big it needed red lights on the top so helicopters didn't bang into it. Except it was in a dip, so they wouldn't really get anywhere near there. We've had on at least 50 Brits. Oh, I've got to do this, send you a load of British acts. Good stuff, man. Plus, I suppose it's better as well than just the same old, same old. Just getting random people and having a proper conversation with them. Lovely stuff, man. Did you interview Roger Moore's son too? Dan but no bacon from Chumbawamba. Legit. I bet they've got some interesting stories as well. Jaffa Moore. What a smooth voice. He drank his first legal drink with Frank Sinatra. Fucking hell, man. That, you're not going to get any better than that, really, are you? Unless Neil Armstrong give you your first lift or your first driving lesson or something, you know what I mean? Looks just like his dad. Dambert dumped water on the British Vice Prime Minister. He did, yeah, it was quite famous there as well, wasn't it? That went down a storm over here. The papers absolutely loved it. That doesn't sound like a bird. That sounds like a bird doing an impression of a human. Weird. Very weird. This is starting to get a bit chilly vanilly down here. The sun's still going strong now, isn't it? You do a lot of lurking, but you always stick your thumb up. Insert Frankie Howard gif. Good to hear. Wish you were famous so people could organise playlists for you. I'm sure if you asked, there would be volunteers to do that for you, mate. Just give someone access so you can move things around for you. I said that to Dan when he got his channel removed and then put back. He had to go in and put all the videos back to public from private. Individually, he couldn't just bulk do them. Just get someone to go in for you and do it, man. Someone will do it. Seagull in the background, an X that laughed like that. It sounded like a human. A seagull doing an impression of a human. It was bizarre, that. It didn't sound bird-like at all. I think the geese must have gone further south, obviously, or further north, don't they? North, stupid sod. North for summer, south for winter. When it was a little bit cooler, as they were heading southwards, northwards, fuck's sake, there was loads of them here. I a good 50 or 60 in one go, just swooping down, having a scran, having a bath. Brilliant, lovely to see. The sun is stuck. Get Horace to give it a swift volley. Horace is still not in the car either, by the way. I took me sister and a boyfriend to the airport yesterday. 2 cases, one in the boot, one in the back of the car. That's how big the cases were. And I'm taking my mum and dad on Sunday. I've got to bully my sister into telling me when the flight is coming back. I can't just keep on turning up at Liverpool Airport in the hope that they walk through the front doors, can I? Chesney Hawkes was just 3 months ago. That seems longer than that. You'd have to Google all the names. You're rubbish with names. I bet you know each one that you didn't realise, each one that you didn't recognise. If you played straight away, you'd think, yeah, I do know who that is. Memory only goes back a week. And 2-stroke, what do you call me? The noise is horrible, isn't it? There's that specific sound and the specific smell of a 2-stroke engine. Steve-o, how you doing, bud? Oh, hang on, I'm just going to move you slightly to the right so you get more of this sun in. Just a little bit. Just a smidge. He is the one and only. Nobody would rather be. That short you did get over 1,000 views. Smashing it there. Oi, oi. It is 4:20 on the East Coast. Spark up, Joey lad, spark up. Oh man. This is starting to get a little bit, yeah. I'm in danger of changing gender here if I don't start facing away from the window, I think. Plenty of people about and about though, about and about. Vic's been getting stupid temperatures. Vic has been getting really stupid temperatures because she keeps telling us what they are in Fahrenheit, despite the fact that they are the only people on the planet who say Fahrenheit. None of us can work out what it is. It's 110 here. What the fuck's that? Is that warm, cold? None of us know. You know, but it has been, hasn't it? 100 and well, it's been triple digits, so it's 100 plus. We're looking at 30, 38, 39, 40. It's been, hasn't it? Stupid. Yeah, just over 40 C. At Larkin, reading the chat and watching the tennis. Oh, it's Wimbledon, isn't it? Forget about that. Watched the tennis the other day. Real end-to-end stuff. Very poor indeed. Yeah, 40 odd degrees. It's stupid when you get to the point where you have a swimming pool in the back garden yard, but you can't get to it because the floor is so hot that you'll burn yourself. 40, that's wild. Is she stuck inside? No, she isn't. She is outside. Not only is she outside, Jagelius, she is outside and streaming. And every now and then she has to go in the house and put the phone in the freezer, otherwise it stops completely. It's cray-cray, and not in a good way. Someone just say woohoo. I think they might have done actually. Is Vic hiding round here, is she? Her and her adorable dogs. She could be. Why does every fucking seagull in Southport fly over my head as if it's about to shit on me? I hate this. Panicking. She stays in the shade. She has to. If you go out of the shade into the sun, you will burn to a fucking crisp. Bizarro. I must admit though, if I lived in that same gaff, I would have setups. There'd be all kinds of phone setups, stuck to the posts, screwed in, all kinds. It'd be a full-on film set out there. I went to Florida when you were a kid, couldn't walk on the beach barefoot because the sand was so hot. Do you know what, mate? I did exactly the same thing when we went to California first time round. Tried the same thing, tried to walk towards the sea and had to stop because I was absolutely frying to bits. And yet Cuba, because it's coral sand and it's still over 40 degrees, you could walk on the sand and it felt cool. Mad. Love the cartoon at the end of the videos of the dogs doing woohoo. That is another Mandy exclusive, that one. The onset acid queen. Onset acid queen. I can't get my words out. See? No red card. How are the fur babies, Jackie? How are they? Can't work out if that cloud looks like a dragon or a swan. It's a fucking dragon. Enter the fucking dragon. Lord Donald. Have you just given a peerage there, have you, Ali? Not bad. All sleeping at the moment. That makes a change, doesn't it? You awake, them asleep. What's going on there? Because you must be hungry. You were thinking the top of a lemon meringue pie. Do you know what? I can get that as well. The meringue bit, the meringues. There are dogs. There's dogs everywhere. And I'll be honest with you right now, these dogs are adorable. They really are adorable. Oh my God. Talking to my sister on the way to the airport the other day, yesterday morning. Fuck's sake, it's only yesterday morning. She was going on about the amount of people who've got sausage dogs in Southport now. No red card, I'm afraid, Amanda. Don't make me bring out the Amanda. Barron Mount Eagle. That's got a ring to it, that man. The head disappeared. Frankie Howard. It's just a cloud now. It is just a cloud. But there's more of them. There's not many today though. In fact, do you know what? Can we see Mount Pendle? I do believe we can see Mount Pendle. And the Fells and the Forest of Bowland. Can we see the Lake District? No, we can't even see Blackpool at the moment. Oh yeah, we can actually. We can see both Blackpool and we can see Blackcomb. The hilly thing, the Fell, the Wainwright, is it? Is that Wainwright in the Lake District? That's actually quite clear today. I was looking slightly in the wrong direction. Yeah, we can see quite a lot. And if we were at Ainsdale rather than Southport, or even just round the corner, round Birkdale, we'd probably be able to see Erury and Erwydfa, Snowdonia and Snowd. That's only down the road. Haven't had lemon meringue in donkey's years. Change that, man. There was a Barron Mount Eagle about 40 miles from there in Westport House. Are you the son and the heir of a shyness that is criminally vulgar? You could be. Lars, how are you doing, bud? How's things? I can see, but you can't. I know, because you're watching the sunset. I'm trying to tell you what's going on. Because that looks nice, so I'm not moving the camera. That looks quite nice. You're going to start getting the colours coming through soon. Hopefully those colours will show up. We got some purple and pink, some dusky peaches. It is a bit busy. This is one of the busier roads within sort of Southport town centre. Because if you go in one direction, you head towards Liverpool. If you go in the other direction, you head towards Preston. So I get a lot of through traffic. And that the sun's just gone behind the clouds and it's already gone really bloody cold. Never mind water, I should have brought me coffee with me. Me tea. Me thermos. Could have brought me thermos, it'd have been sound. See, these lot are alright with the dogs because they're walking, they're staying warm, I'm not. Meringue should be crunchy. Should be. If not, it's not been made right. And that is an actual fact. DHL 777 to Frankfurt to New York over there. You know what, you can normally hear them. For some reason, those DHL flights are really loud. You can hear something. I can hear something now you've mentioned it. Yeah, there you go, there it is. And it looks a big fucking plane as well. In fact, if you keep on watching, I think that might appear on the screen. Top left, it should be. Top left of the screen, you might be able to see it in a sec. That is a big looking plane now. Yeah, you can definitely hear it now as well. And the sun's about to come out again. Happy days. There you go, can you see it, top left? Little streak of plane, it's a bloody massive plane. Norma, how you doing? How's things, you okay? Wish you lived near the coast, stuck here in the mountains. You're not in the mountains, you're on top of the mountain, Louise. 38,000 feet up Mount Pendle. At Norma, you might see some dogs. You might actually see some dogs. There's loads of people walking them on the beach tonight. You could move over there, Louise, you could, couldn't you? You've got both the coast, the beach, the mountains, and other stuff over there all in once. Love custard tarts and cheesecake. Who are they? Who are you calling that? Disgraceful behaviour, Jinxie. It looks amazing. Absolutely lovely. Ireland looks such an amazing country, it really does. Then again, I'm saying that while I'm sat here and I can see the Lake District, the Forest of Bowland, Mount Pendle, all 38,000 feet of it. Beautiful, man, bloody beautiful. And all good here, apart from the fact that it's a little bit chilly. The wind is coming in from that direction where the sun is, which is where Ireland is. And unfortunately, it's bringing with it cold bloody wind, strong cold wind. Yeah, sorry, the view is Southport Beach. Southport is a seaside town just north of Liverpool, where the Beatles come from, you know. Where I come from as well. And it's a massive beach because the sea doesn't come in too far anymore. It used to, and it still does occasionally, but it normally just stays out there, out the way. There is loads of nice stuff in the UK. The British Isles, the whole of the UK and Ireland is absolutely stunning. I don't think we give it enough credit. We should be pushing it more. Absolutely incredible. Louise, go outside and wave. Go on, I can see you from here. Have you got the fire on? I can see smoke. You're all right? How are you? How are you in yourself? You waved out the bedroom window. Yeah, but wave your hands this time, Louise. Wave your hands. I can't show anyone else the other stuff. Field. Too busy nosing. I'm too busy enjoying this amazing sunset. And try not to freeze my Albert Dock off. The clouds are going towards Ireland. Are they heading in that direction? Well, why is the fucking wind coming in this direction? We'll keep the clouds, you take the bleeding wind. There you go. you know what, it is nice. I do like coming down here. Normally, if we do the sunset streams, I'm over the road in the car park with the camera on top of me car, but it's actually quite nice being here. Just a pity it's a little bit too cold. If the wind would stop, it'd be alright. Wouldn't be quite as chilly vanilly. We're not said. The sun is literally going in your direction. Literally. The wind goes in different directions at different altitudes. It does, and we also have the jet stream, of course, which doesn't go in different directions. That goes from west to east. That was only discovered because American bomb aimers were getting bollockings off the bosses during, well, the Pacific World War II stuff. They were trying to drop bombs in Japan and they were landing hundreds of miles away. And when you were telling the bosses, well, we dropped them exactly where we were supposed to, the bosses went up in the plane. Let's see what you were doing. No, actually, you're right. That should have landed exactly where it was supposed to, but didn't. What's going on here? They said, what's going on here? And then they put a balloon up, a weather balloon, and it disappeared and ended up in San Francisco or something. You know what I mean? So they realised then there's the jet stream, which is why you can fly from Heathrow to JFK and it takes about 7.5, 8 hours, and you can come back the other way and it takes 4.5 hours. Pretty nice where you are. Very, very nice. Cold and windy in Northern Ireland. Shock, horror. Rain woke you up early hours. It has been a bit mad, hasn't it? Just the last sort of 2 weeks. It's been lovely, sunny. Then all of a sudden it'll piss down with rain. There'll be a storm come out, and then it'll be gorgeous again. Wear sensible clothes. I am wearing sensible clothes. I'm just not wearing enough of them, Mandy. I couldn't have left ours earlier on wearing a winter coat, could I? I mean, come on. A few showers over there. Just on a quick guesstimate, I'm less than 50 miles away from you. Popping over for brew. Put the Sebastian Vettel on, I'm on my way. Yeah, I'm only down the road, like. I suppose in England, or in the UK in general, nowhere is normally too far away from anywhere else. But it is just down there, man. I'm pointing directly where you are now. No one can see me because I'm behind the camera. I'd rain down there as well, first time in a while. It's weird how the southeast of England and the east coast of England towards the south has completely different weather to the northwest, and I mean not just a little bit, completely different weather. We need a bit of rain. We still do, actually, despite the fact that we've had a few storms. Our front garden is still a little bit threadbare and patchy. Really nice day, 87 degrees. That doesn't sound too bad at all compared to the 100 and wherever it was for Vic the other day. 87 sounds nice. Yeah, no, don't get as much rain as we do. That's because our rain comes from the Gulf of Mexico, doesn't it? And the Gulf Stream. That warm, moist weather comes from down there, hits the cold air coming from the Arctic, and makes rain clouds, and it pisses down all over the northwest. Manchester always gets this reputation for constantly raining. Well, it will do. All that gets pushed up by the Pennines and then reaches the cold, immediately turns into clouds and rains. But it's also why the place is so bloody nice and green. As the crow flies, I'm 30 miles away from Mandy, 3 visits in 3 years. Don't hold your breath. Yeah, I know, but it's a pain in the arse. It's not just 30 miles, is it? It's 100 and something miles to get to yours. By the time I have to go all the way down towards Liverpool, towards Runcorn and fucking Widnes as well. For those of you who don't know what Runcorn and Widnes are like, during the Gulf War, Saddam Hussein dropped a chemical weapon on Widnes and nobody noticed. Japanese dropped bombs in America by using balloons that flew. What they did on the jet stream. It's a powerful, powerful thing now. Not sure they hit much, not very accurate. It didn't have to be. As soon as the first one landed, was it San Francisco? As soon as the first one landed, the Americans started panicking and thinking, shit, these can actually hit us now. It's got to be your turn to level up. Keep on chatting and chatting. Manchester's been warm for the last few days. It does get warm. People don't realise that, do they? And it doesn't just rain all the time. It's quite nice. Gets stuck over Mount Pendle. The jet stream does. That's why whenever you see someone on top of Mount Everest, on top of K2, on top of Mount Pendle, they're struggling to hold on because it is hundreds and hundreds of miles an hour winds up there. Rain gets stuck there. But it's looking lovely at the moment, to be honest with you, Louise. Mount Pendle looks fantastic. Being able to look from the beach and see snow-peaked mountains, 38,000 feet in the air. Amazing. That's why the claggy flaps. Far too moist. I had a mate in work who hated that word, moist. Used to really annoy her. Whenever she was pissing anyone off, just go, oh yeah, you feeling moist? Used to go through her. How did the gym go, lads? How was it? Normally got to go. No problem, lovely to see you. Don't be a stranger. Normally this stream is from inside a house, inside a pub, sort of kind of thing. But because it was a sunsetty kind of night, we thought we'd come out and have a look at the sunset instead. But lovely to see you. Hopefully I'll see you again. Claggy flaps. If you know, you know. You do. Old school, if you know, you know. Has Louise got a washing out? She's got something out. It doesn't look like a washing. Oh, hang on, no, it's a yak. Sorry. Done a Google Maps plan. From Formby to your house, 48.7 miles on the roads. Not that far in. Although I'm in Southport, not Formby at the moment. On account of the fact that I live in Southport. But I also live on the outskirts of Southport. So I'm 2 miles closer to the... 2 miles closer to the M6 where I am. This is quite handy. Too cold for claggy flaps. If you have a look on Google from Southport Hospital, that's just over the road from where I am. The M6 isn't that far away from us. Just through Ormskirk, onto the M58. Dead easy. Been around on the free weights. Sparkles hasn't been feeling up to it, so you work out at home on those days. Oh, sorry to hear that. I'll be feeling 100% ASAP, Sparkles. Free weights. Keep on rocking with the free weights. I could barely lift an eyelid this week. Which is why the nurse had to do it for me. As she was staring into my eyes. She didn't know it and I didn't know it, but at that point there was a spark. Well, there wasn't. There was just a light in my eye. You have to come back in, check your bloods. Yeah, at least that is something. That's when you know you want to get healthy and fit and whatever, because 9 times out of 10 if someone says, I'm not feeling up to it, or I won't bother either. If you actually bother your ass to carry on doing it, then fair play. You have got the chutzpah and the cojones to have a go. It's about 90 by road, to be fair to yours. Ormskirk takes it to less than 40. Ormskirk is 6 miles away from me, I think. Over the moss. What the fucking hell is that? That's either a shitty grandfather clock without a clock on it. The world's smallest shed. Oh, I don't even know what that is. Bizarre. Oh, the ice cream man's gone. The ice cream man is going. There he is. He's packed up for the night. He's had enough. An hour and a half to get to yours. It's a ball ache, the same as like going from here to Blackpool. Blackpool is less than 9 miles away, but it takes about an hour and 20 minutes to get there, because you have to drive all the way towards and round Preston and then back up towards Blackpool. But by hovercraft it would be about 9 miles. Weird. It is time for jogging. It is much time for jogging. 49.4 miles northwest, then 38,000 feet straight up. Right up. As far as the yak will carry you. There's a waterfall and a castle about 10 minutes away. You do. You haven't only got one castle, you've got hundreds of the buggers just hanging around there, haven't you? Castles as far as the eye can see. It is quicker for me to fly to Belfast than it is to drive from Belfast Airport to yours by road. Not only that, we flew from Liverpool Airport to Belfast International and it took 35 minutes on the way there. It then took the best part of an hour to drive from the airport into Belfast. I could have flown from Liverpool to Belfast, touched down, took off and flown back to Liverpool in the time it took to get from the airport to Belfast. Bizarre. On the way back to Belfast Airport the last time, I genuinely thought that was going to be my last breath on earth. I am convinced the driver of the bus was absolutely wasted, weaving all over the place. Bit of woof woof. There is some woof woof going on over there, I'm convinced. We'll have to watch out for this, telling you. Not dark enough for woof woof. Aye. It's always dark enough for woof woof if you're brave enough. See, all the other cars have gone, the ice cream man's gone, and now all of a sudden the shagging wagons are turning up. Field, pure field. From Manchester to Belfast Centre was 45 minutes. Once you get on the plane, just got to go to the right airport. I was going with work. Two of the women, the big bosses that we were going with, would not fly to, is it George Best Airport? Because you'd have to go on a turboprop. They didn't want to get on a plane with propellers. So we had to go to the International instead on EasyJet. Plus Liverpool's that little bit closer as well, isn't it? So it wouldn't even be that long. The shagging wagon, there's loads of them. You should see them. Any second now. The springs and coilovers will be getting absolutely hammered. Prop plane was fun and quick. See, I'd go on that. It's not a normal prop plane, it's a turbo prop, so it's quick and it's bloody good, it's efficient. When we moved to the Netherlands, we flew from Manchester to Schiphol on a 12-seater proper prop plane. Little shitty thing back in 1982. There was no stewards, no stewardesses. You had a pilot and then he just had a flask of tea and he was turning around to people while the plane was flying. Anyone fancy a cuppa? The most shonky looking thing I've ever seen in my life. But we got there safe. The bus with wings into George Best Airport. I didn't mind going to the International. I quite liked even though it was an hour, I quite liked the drive back. Because it's lovely. The scenery is fantastic. Apart from the fact that it was in February. So when we landed, it was pitch black. Even during the afternoon. But on the way back during the day, it was gorgeous. Quite like it. Not been back in age. I'd love to go back there, but unfortunately, the job that I do at the moment doesn't require us going to Belfast. I don't have to weigh bananas, which is a shame. Because that's where all the bananas in the UK go to. You have to go to Belfast to be weighed. Because a banana changes weight in transit. So they have to be weighed at the start and at the end of the journey to find out how much duty needs to be paid on them. Got you there and back, best bus you've been on. That's all you need, just get me there and back. And don't have me in a plane full of knobheads. I'll be happy with that. But the same flying into Belfast, pilot was sitting reading the Daily Mirror. Mad, innit? When you were a kid, tiny hovercraft to the Isle of Wight, that was fun. We used to have the hovercrafts on the beach here that would go to Blackpool on a Friday night. So people would go from here to Blackpool. People from Blackpool would come here, get wasted, have a fight, have a kebab and go home. Same as it ever was. Like, I'm still wearing sunglasses, but that is looking dark to me. That is looking dark. Dark with a capital dark. Your ma, your dad, your Uncle Freddie star. I'm gonna have to call it soon because I'm getting really bloody cold. Right, anyway, so I'm gonna pick this up and show you if I can. I don't know if I'll be able to see it or not, but we're gonna have a go. Right. Oh, my glasses are down. They're down. Right, can you see that sort of bumpy thing in the distance? That is Black Combe, which is in the Lake District. We have Blackpool in that direction. And now you can start to see in the distance the fells just north of Preston, Forest of Bowland. And then, oh, you can't quite just make it out there, can you? Mount Pendle, 38,000 feet up. Just about make that out, just about. Oh man, it is starting to get a bit chilly vanilly, has to be said. So I'm going to call it. It's time, I am going to call it. I need to get in my car, I need to go to Tesco, I need to eat before I can't eat, and then I need to warm up, I need a cup of tea. But thanks as always, don't go changing. And I will catch you all soon. Very lucky.